Hello Marlborough, welcome to Thought of the Week. Now, this week I've been reflecting on change and all the changes that we've had to endure over the past year, months, weeks, and even days. And I've been thinking to myself that change is actually quite unsettling. And that's because change offers us the unknown, and we're not sure what's going to come out of the change. So I've been thinking to myself that the thought this week that I would like to share with all of you and that I would like you to all focus on is about staying positive and adaptable in the face of change. Being adaptable by saying to yourself, no matter the change, I can make things work, and staying positive by focusing all the really good things that can come out of a change. Now, doing these things is by no means easy. And actually, we have to teach ourselves to be adaptable and positive. Now, one way that I teach myself to be positive is every evening before I go to sleep, I think about 3 things that I'm really grateful for or happy about that day. And I keep teaching myself to be adaptable by saying to myself every morning, it's dark, you might face some unwanted changes today or some unwanted surprises, but you will focus on a solution and you will find a way to make it work. But when those 2 things don't work, for me, I've also got a story that I like to read. And that helps remind me about staying adaptable and staying positive. And I'd like to share that story with you now. Now, being in the spirit of being adaptable, I don't actually have that book with me in my hands today. So instead, I'm going to share it with you using my screen. And I'm staying positive that it's going to work. Let's give it a try. Right, here we go. Perfect Square by Michael Hall. It was a perfect square. It had 4 matching corners and 4 equal sides. And it was perfectly happy. But on Monday, the square was cut into pieces and poked full of holes. It wasn't perfectly square anymore. So it made itself into a fountain that babbled and giggled and clapped. On Tuesday, the square was torn into scraps. So it made itself into a garden. On Wednesday, the square was shredded into strips. So it made itself into a park. On Thursday, the square was shattered. So it made itself into a bridge. On Friday, the square was snipped into ribbons. So it made itself into a river. On Saturday, the square was crumpled and ripped and wrinkled. So it made itself into a mountain. On Sunday, the square waited to see what was next. And it waited and waited. Nothing happened. Its 4 equal sides were confining, and its 4 matching corners were rigid and cramped. So it made itself into a window. that looked out on a mountain, that gave birth to a river, that was crossed by a bridge, that led to a park, that was home to a garden, that had at its centre a fountain, that babbled and giggled and clapped. Whew, what a lovely story. I just love how the square, despite all those changes, made itself into all those beautiful images. I think we can really learn about staying adaptable and positive from that square. And I hope you enjoyed that story. Before I go, I'd like to say to you all that you may not realise this, but actually, the whole Marlborough community has shown how adaptable and positive they can really be. When we were told that we couldn't have assemblies together anymore, we adapted by putting our assemblies online so that we could still see each other. And a great positive that has come out of the unfortunate fact that we're having to learn from home now is that it's given the chance for us to see some of your great talents. So far in these last couple of weeks, I've seen people playing the piano and children reciting poetry. Such great positives that have come out of a change that we didn't really want. So thank you, Marlborough, for listening. I hope you enjoyed my thought for the week. Next week, Mr. Thorne will join us and he'll be sharing his thoughts. But until then, I hope you will have a lovely weekend and I wish you all the best. And I really hope to see you soon. Keep adapting and stay positive. Bye.